Hello everybody, it's Claire and today I am here to give you a bit of a reading update because it's been a while. So back in August I participated in the Indian Readathon, which was hosted by Nitty Reads, Rue's Reading Corner, and Sprinkled Pages, and unfortunately during that week I did not read much, so I never ended up filming a whole wrap-up video. However, because of the readathon, I added a bunch of books to my TBR by Indian authors, and I was exposed to so many more resources because these lovely creators made an amazing resource list, which I highly recommend checking it out. During the week of the readathon, I did read Arusha and The End of Times by Roshni Chachi. It was the first middle grade book I have read in maybe 5 years, and it was really cute. I really loved the mythology aspect of it, but also it's August and all I want to read in the summertime are lighthearted romances, rom-coms, contemporary books, so I feel like reading this book in August, it just wasn't the right time for me. I don't know, I'm weird. I'm such a mood reader, so when I make myself read something that I'm not in the mood for, it takes me a really long time to get through it, so that one took me almost a week, even though it's a middle grade book. However, because of the readathon, even though I didn't accomplish all the challenges and read it during the week, I discovered someone put it on the resource list and I found it from the list. The Chai Factor by Farah Heron. Oh my gosh. I just finished it yesterday. I love it so much. And this is a book I had never heard of. It came out last year. It was a new release. Nothing. Why are people not talking about this book? I went into it thinking it was going to be a lighthearted summer rom-com. I was so pleasantly surprised. I mean, yes, there is a romance element to it, and I'm sure it could be categorized as an adult romance, but it is specifically about a 30-year-old Indian-Canadian woman named Amira, and she's a straight-up badass. And I loved the book, and I loved her story. The book deals with xenophobia, racism, homophobia, sexism. I cannot recommend it enough. It also takes place in Canada. There's so many little jokes about Canadians and it just made me really happy. Like, me being happy about a book taking place in Canada when I'm still used to seeing myself represented through Western culture literally all the time just shows me how important books like these are by Indian authors or authors of other races and cultures and religions, because the fact that I was this excited over this smidge of representation when I see myself represented all the time really just shows me representation is so crucial for people who don't see it. All that aside, it's also just a really cute book. It just made my heart happy, and that is something that I read because of the Indian Readathon, so I'm very grateful for the readathon. Even though I didn't accomplish all the challenges in the week like I had hoped to, I am still so glad that this resource list was made available and that I found this book because of it. Anyway, it is now September, and the September TBR has been made, and once again I will be doing a readathon that I probably will accomplish next to nothing from, but it's just what I do. This month is the Bratz Readathon, and I couldn't say no to that. I mean, a big part of it is that the readathon takes place over the entire month of September, so I actually feel like I can accomplish something, and most of the books that were on my September TBR contribute to the challenges. So it just works out that way. Growing up, I was a Barbie, Polly Pocket, and Bratz stan. You can have it all. Side note, Barbie Princess and the Pauper was my favorite movie when I was like 5. And I just found out last year that one of my instructors from school choreographed the movie. Like, y'all know that iconic scene, I'm just like you, you're just like me, that we all recreated when we were 5 years old? My teacher choreographed that. Okay, the Bratz Readathon takes place from September 1st to September 30th. There are 4 different teams. I was planning on being Team Yasmin because Yasmin has always been my fave, but after making my TBR list, I realized I had all the books to cover all of the challenges for Team Jade, so that's how it's gonna be. We are Team Jade up in here. Her bangs have seen better days. The prompts for Team Jade. First we have Cool Cat. Read a book featuring a cat. And for that challenge, I am currently listening to the audiobook of Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I don't actually know if a cat is in this book, but there's a cat on the cover, so unless Chloe just like likes cats or something, I'm pretty sure a cat is going to at least have like a moment. And if that doesn't pan out, I will be getting Cassandra Clare's newest book, The Lost Book of White, I think it's called. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a cat in that because there's like a cat in all of her books. If not Chairman Meow, it'll be Church. The next prompt we have East Asian, read a own voiced East Asian book. And for that prompt, I will be reading The Perfect Escape by Suzanne Park. This book has been on my TBR since the beginning of summer, and I just got a library card from a town that I technically don't live in, but like I live close enough to it that they let me. This library has so many more books than mine, and I'm so excited because I literally just went there and grabbed a stack of books. So I am still waiting on the library to pull through with that book. The book sounds really cute. I talk about it in my summer TBR video, so you can go check that out. Favorite color, we have green on the cover, and like girl, yeah, green is the best color. Blue also, like anything in that range, you know? So this one, I feel like I can kind of see where I'm at mid-September, and if I need to combine challenges, which I'm going to be doing a lot of. The Perfect Escape has green grass on the cover. I'm also hoping to read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo this month. That has green on the cover. And another book I just picked up from the library is Well Met by Jen DeLuca, and this one was also on my summer TBR list. So basically I just got a ton of books from this library that I finally got a card to, and I'm going to try to knock off a ton of my summer books that I couldn't get my hands on before now. Summer isn't over till September 21st, I still have time. The next prompt is Passion for Fashion. Read a trendy book. I've been saying I was gonna read this one for years. I actually don't know how long it's been out. I think like it's been at least 2 years now, and my friend bought it and just lent me this copy, so I think I'm going to be reading this book next. Yeah, I gotta hop on that hype train. And finally we have the group book, which is The Henna Wars, and I am also waiting for the library to pull through on that one, and it's a book that has a female LGBTQ+ romance. It takes place in high school, so we literally have our end of summer cute contemporary YA romance. And then just because I love to challenge myself even further, even though I never actually accomplish my goals in any readathon, I'm going to try to do 2 prompts from every other team as well. Why not? So of course we have my OG girl, Yasmin. This was my very first Bratz doll, but I also had to pull out my favorite Bratz doll growing up because I still have my full collection. Being 21 is just a constant crisis. We have Popstar Yasmin, my absolute queen. She had pink streaks, she had a microphone. I even went for like the rose gold earring vibe. This Yasmin was my girl. The 2 Yasmin prompts that I am taking on are Latinx, read a Own Voices Latinx book, and as I mentioned, I'm hoping to read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo this month. If I cannot get my hands on Clap When You Land specifically, my friend just read With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo and loved it, and I've also heard amazing things about Poet X. Basically, I just want to read an Elizabeth Acevedo book. My library, I've had Clap When You Land on hold for months now, so I'm really hoping this other library will pull through. And if I can't get any of Elizabeth Acevedo's books, also on my summer TBR is Don't Ask Me Where I'm From by Jennifer De Leon, and this book is about a first-generation Latinx teenager going to an all-white high school. I think it just came out in August, so I've had it on hold. Maybe this other library will have it quicker. So much of this TBR is dependent on libraries and if they pull through or not. The other Yasmin prompt I will be doing is Hopeless Romantic. Read a book featuring a romance. I have a ton of books on my TBR about that because, as I've said, summer romances. Of course, I've already talked about Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm pretty sure Well Met has a romance because, like, just like the cover, like, this looks like it's gonna be an enemies to lovers. Then I also have The Wedding Party, Bringing Down the Duke. Since it's a YA contemporary, I'm pretty sure I Want to Be Where You Are will also feature a romance. Lots of options. Yes, this is my library haul, so. Next up, we have Team Sasha, and can I just say this has and always will be my absolute favorite dress for any doll ever. I want this dress. Like, it's gold and sparkly. I want it. The first prompt I will be doing for Team Sasha is Melanin Queen, read an Own Voices book with a black main character. And as I just showed you guys, I will be reading Jasmine Guillory's The Wedding Party. I read The Wedding Date for a readathon back in July. I just read The Proposal. This is the third book in kind of a series, kind of not, like contemporary series. Crossover characters. So I'm very excited. This is 100% an enemies to lovers book. Oh my gosh, wait, it's actually You're kidding, the gold sparkly dress, the gold sparkly dress. Are you guys, I'm not, like, it's actually sparkly. There's glitter and glitter. Apparently Team Sasha is like Team Gold Glitter. And the second prompt I will be taking on is Beauty and Brains, read a historical fiction. And like I've also showed you, I will be reading Bringing Down the Duke. I have heard only great things about this book. I've never read a historical fiction. I am still very new to the romance genre. And finally, we have Team Chloe. Now, I do feel like on like a personality level, I'm a Chloe. The anxiety is real. The drama is real. However, this is the only Chloe doll I had growing up, and she was like a sporty doll. So I honestly think I took one look at her and I was like, don't relate. Chloe is Pig Lover, read a pink book, red, white, and royal blue. And the second one I'm taking on is Anxiety, read a book about or featuring a mental illness. I don't have any books on my monthly TBR that are about a mental illness. So this is where I'm asking you, my smart, all-knowing booktube friends, to give me some recommendations. I've read a couple of books about anxiety and bipolar disorder, quite a few that have depression, but not many. And I'm kind of hoping I might find a book about a mental illness that isn't anxiety or depression. I've been trying to read more about things that are not my experiences. And of course that is immensely important when it comes to race and culture and religion. But I also think it's important to learn about other mental illnesses. I live with anxiety. I have my whole life, or at least I was diagnosed with it when I was very young, and I've also lived through periods of depression. Anxiety and depression are things I understand, and of course I would love to read more books that feature anxiety and depression and just mental illness in general. But it's also a goal of mine to read about experiences that aren't my own. So any books about any mental illnesses or mood disorders, leave them in the comments below. That would be much appreciated. Okay, Chloe, your time to shine is over. All right, I think you are now up to date. I'm really excited to do the Bratz Readathon. I probably will do a reading vlog. I might as well. It's pretty much just gonna be like a September reading vlog, but thank you for watching. Yeah, I think that's everything. I will see you guys next time. Bye!